and welcome to another episode of Ina Knits. My name is Ina and this is my podcast, which is all about my passion for yarn and knitting especially, and some crochet occasionally. I live in Norway, in Trøndelag, which is basically in the middle part of the country, and I love to knit. I have 3 kids and a dog, and I work full-time at an office, and during my spare time I like to do many things, but I knit every day. Knitting is my yoga, my meditation, and a way to steam out, let go of frustration, and to relax. There's lots of feelings in knitting for me. There's been a couple of months now. Well, I had a special episode in July, which was my episode 30 sock special, where I went through all of my hand-knit socks for you. But this time I will show you what I've been knitting over the summer. Today is August 25th, yes, and the last couple of days we have had very autumnal weather. We had heat and sun and, weather to wear t-shirt and shorts until Saturday, and then suddenly on Sunday we had to get back with wool and raincoats and boots, because suddenly we had cold, windy, rainy weather again. And I suspect that this kind of weather has come to stay. But I don't mind, because I love autumn or fall. It is my favorite time of the year. I love the crisp air, I love the beautiful colors, to get to wear all of my woolen clothes, to snuggle up on the couch with a cup of tea, and to lit candles. Yeah, there's so many nice things about autumn and cold weather, I think. We have had a great summer though. We have had some nice hikes in the mountains. We spent the holiday at our cabin in the mountains, at my parents' cabin in the mountains, and at home. So, and that was a very relaxing way of having summer vacation. I thought I really enjoyed this summer. We kind of were forced to take it down a notch, and be more mindful about the small things, and spend time with family and close friends. And I find that's very meaningful and relaxing. So I was kind of happy about this summer, even though we have a very special situation all around the world with the coronavirus kind of out of control. I hope that you're all staying healthy, and if you don't, I send lots of love and good thoughts your way, and hope that you will become well soon. We will fight this virus together. So, let's just crack on, shall we? In episode 30 I had a giveaway, and in collaboration with Spool Stories, we are giving away a beautiful project bag made by Marilisa of Spool Stories. And we had a lot of entries in the giveaway, 507 in total, and I use a random number generator and it came up with 111, 111. And that was a post made by, I would guess it is an Icelandic woman named Unnur Adalbjörg Haugsdottir. So I'm not sure if this is kind of possible to see. Unnur, congratulations! You won the bag. So if you would please send me a message on Inanit's podcast at gmail.com. I will give me your address. Then I will ship this off to you as soon as possible. Yay! And thank you all for participating. That was so lovely. And thank you, Marilisa, for donating a gorgeous bag. Unnur, you're such a lucky woman because this is super cute. Okay, I have been knitting quite a lot over the summer, and I have a couple of finished things. Firstly, I will show you these. This is a very, very bright and bold pair of self-striping socks, and they are so cheery and lovely. You can't go wrong with these, can you? These socks are made out of a sport weight yarn, or maybe a fingering to sport weight, I'm not quite sure, but it was a bit thicker than my regular fingering weight sock yarn. It's a self-striping yarn dyed by Showreel Studios, and the colorway is called Prairie Sky. You can kind of see that. It's resembling a very bright and colorful sunset, I would say. It's gorgeous. Yeah, and I know that Carrie of Showreel Studios, she was, I'm not sure if she has, but she was supposed to dye up some more Prairie Sky earlier this summer. So you might check out her Etsy shop to see if there's still some left. And she divided the yarn into 2 yarn cakes, so it was very easy to just knit along. So yeah, I love it. These are done. They were intended for my daughter, so she might end up having a very bright pair of socks in her wardrobe now that I've shown them to you. My next finished object is my Love Note sweater, which is a lovely lace pattern by Tin Can Knits. And unfortunately I don't have it with me right now, so I will record a separate segment and show it to you here. So here it is, my brand new low note sweater, which I absolutely love. It's a beautiful design by Tin Can Knits. My sweater is knit out of one strand of Wollmeise lace in a petrol color, and I combine the Wollmeise lace with one strand of Telia, which is silk mohair yarn from Filcolana. And there's something in that Telia yarn that makes this combination appear a little bit marled, but I really enjoy that effect. I think it's very cute. The construction is top down, so you start up here and you work your way down to beneath the lace pattern, and then you complete the body and arm separately, and at the end you pick up your provisional cast on and you do this simple bind off at the top. So if you are in the lookout for a new lace weight sweater, this is a pattern I can warmly recommend. It is easy and quite fast to knit up. Another pair of socks is almost finished. I should really have been completing these before I show them to you, but I didn't. This is the first sock, and I think that I was at the marker when I showed these in end of June. So I completed the first sock, and they're too big for the sock blocker because these are men's sized socks, size for European 42-43. Yeah, I should mention that for men's size socks, when I use fingering weight yarn and I knit on needle 2.25 millimeter, I cast on 72 stitches. Do I? Yeah, I do. 72 stitches. Yes. And these are made with slip stitch heel. If you saw my sock special episode, you know that this is the heel that I knit the most. And yeah, I do my regular toe decrease. And I do Kitchener stitch the toe as well. And now that I have been taught how to Kitchener stitch without using a tapestry needle, it's super quick and easy to just complete the sock. So that's why I really should have done that before I showed sock number 2 to you, because that's all that's left on this one. It's only the Kitchener stitching of the toes left. So yeah, they are basically done. Kitchener stitching the toe, and then I'm just sewing in ends, and then they're done. So this is a commercial sock yarn. I really like these colors. It's a teal color with stripes of like caramel or a light brown ochre-ish color. And you have some darker brown stripes as well, and even some dark greens. But it's not a self-striper. It's more like a variegated yarn. So out of 100-gram ball of yarn, this is all that's left. Tiny little nugget. There you go. The yarn is a Lion brand yarn. It's called Sock Ease. The color is called Toffee. I plan to give these away, so they will probably end up in the gift box. One work in progress that I did not show you in my June episode is this little baby. It is a scarf that I started knitting, oh boy, I think it's 1.5 years ago. And it is made out of, the blue here is a linen yarn, and the light grey is a silk mohair, single-stranded, in a kind of a slip stitch pattern. So it's very thin between the blue stripes, but it creates a very nice effect. So yeah, it is knit on needle number 3, or 3mm needles, and it has taken me quite some time. But I'm very close now to the finishing line. It is supposed to be 2 meters and 20 centimeters long. So I think I have like 15 centimeters or so left, and then I will bind off. I think it's really cute. I'm knitting this scarf for a friend, and she's one of my best friends, and she doesn't knit herself, and she's very knit worthy. And I'm kind of embarrassed that it has taken me like almost 2 years. I bought this yarn in Switzerland in oh boy, I was in Zurich. I was in Zurich with 2 of my best friends 2 years ago in September, and I bought this yarn, or she bought the yarn from a local yarn shop. It is actually Ito yarn, and this is the linen yarn. You can see there's some kind of flexes of white in the light blue, and this is the silk mohair. It's really fluffy and light and super soft. So my friend bought the yarn, and then I promised to knit the scarf for her. And she has her birthday in October, so I definitely need to complete the scarf before then, because it's about time that she gets the scarf now. I think though that this design is quite timeless, so I think she will appreciate it and wear it now as well as she would 2 years ago. Oh, and the pattern for this scarf was a handwritten pattern in German that I just got with the yarn. They had a model hanging in the shop. I don't remember what the shop was called, so sorry about that, but yeah, I don't think I can share the pattern because they had handwritten it, but somebody made it, you know, so, but it's this is how it looks. It's very simple, but at the same time a very nice effect with the stripes. So another thing I have been knitting a little bit on during summer is the Flea cardigan, or damejakkaloppa as it's called in Norwegian. It is pattern made by Almira. And now I just lost a bunch of stitches, so I'm trying to save them and get them back on the needle. There we go. So here it is. I did complete the yoke earlier this winter or spring, but so I have basically been knitting on the body part here with the dots. I'm a little bit on the fence about my color choice, but I have decided just to go for it. I think I will like it when I have completed the whole cardigan. So this is a rounded yoke cardigan, as you can see. knitted top down, and it will be sticked here, and then I'm knitting on button bands at the end. I haven't divided for sleeves, but I think that I'm very close to get to the point where I'm separating sleeves and body. I have been using stash yarn for the entire cardigan. Sorry, I lost some stitches again. The yarn here is kind of slippery, or the needles and the yarn in combination is kind of slippery. The green yarn, or it's kind of a teal color, isn't it? Or a dark green bottle green? Yeah. It is 100% wool yarn from Finland, which I bought in Helsinki 4 or 5 years ago. It's kind of an old deep stash yarn. I bought the sweater's quantity, and now I've decided to use it. And the light color, which kind of appears as white, the flexes, it is actually a super pale pink. It's kind of a blush pink color. It is so beautiful, and this is a non-superwash merino. I can't recall the name of the Finnish yarn, and I don't have the ball band with me. But this is a Danish yarn, which I bought in Copenhagen 3 or 4 years ago. I kind of tend to buy souvenir yarn when I'm out traveling. That's I find that very meaningful. I don't buy souvenirs, but I buy souvenir yarn. And Lion brand yarn is souvenir yarn from New York. I don't even know if Lion brand is from New York, but they had a shop, Lion brand shop in New York, and I bought that yarn there. The merino yarn is the most soft merino for being non-superwash, it's a super soft yarn. I have a sweater's quantity kind of in this, but not this color. It is a light gray, so that needs to become something too later on, maybe after I finish this one. And for the rest of the colors and the pattern here, I have just used a lot of small scraps of Holst Super Soft. I used different nuggets, but they're all just woolly wool yarn, non-superwash woolly wool, and thin. Yes, so that's my Flea cardigan. I'm very much looking forward to get it finished, but I don't seem to have a very high knitting speed while knitting on it, so it might take some time to complete. We shall see. We shall see. I can't promise anything for myself. I only have one more thing to show you. And that is bag of yarn from Rauma. I haven't bought any yarn for since last year, and you might think that I have bought a lot of yarn now, but I haven't. My mother bought all of this yarn with the intention for me to knit a bunch of socks. So yeah, if you have been following me for some time, you know that I'm kind of the only one in my family who knits. My mother, she doesn't knit, but she loves all of my hand knits, and she's so sweet, and she's very knit-worthy, and she asked me if I would be so kind as to knit socks that she could give away to her best friends for Christmas. So that's what I'm going to do. And so I'm knitting 3 pairs of women's-sized socks and 3 pairs of men's-sized socks. Because these are like my parents' kind of friends, pair friends. We have a term for that in Norwegian called parvenner. So when my parents are friends with another couple, they're like couple friends. I don't know if that's a word in English. So in order to make this kind of fun-ish project for me, I decided that these need to be stripy socks in sport weight. Is it sport weight? Yes, it's I think so. I don't think that this is DK, I think it's sport weight. But we went for PT5 from Rauma. This is a superwash yarn, and it's quite soft and yeah, not so it's kind of sturdy, but it's more on the softer side. It's a very nice yarn to work with. So my idea is to make stripy socks, and I have a set of colors for each of their pair friends, or yeah, you know what I mean. So I've started now on a man sock. So this is for the husband, and then I will reverse the colors for the pair for his wife. So the wife will get the minty green base and grey stripes, and the man will get grey base and minty green stripes. Great idea, huh? And yeah, I started off with a pattern where it's a rib. It's a 2x2 rib, yes. And after a cuff, I kind of just made it stockinette stitch on the back, and then continue the rib on the front of the sock. Yeah, but I'm not sure if this is what I'm going for, but I think so. You know, it's much easier when you knit for someone else, and I'm not sure how you know, the circumference of their leg or their foot. So I know approximately their shoe size, but if they have like a narrow foot or a narrow leg, or if they're more, you know, it's on the larger side. So it's kind of nice compromise to knit a ribbed sock, because then it's more fitting if you're on the narrower side. You know what I mean? Okay, so here is enough yarn for the 3 couples. This is the color combination for couple number 2. And this is the color combination for couple number 3. I have like 4 months minus a couple of weeks to complete all 3 pairs. So I guess I need to aim for completing 2 pairs a month. I need to do that because I have no interest in rushing just before Christmas. That's not going to happen. Oh well. That was all the knitting I wanted to show you today. I will though show you a cute little thing that I purchased during my summer vacation. I went to Lillehammer in my summer holiday, and I visited a small yarn shop there, which I can't recall the name of, but it was a small shop, and in that shop I found the cutest progress keepers. It's socks made out of plywood. Are they not adorable? And they even have a little Selbu sock with the Selbu stripe, or the Selbu rose, and you got stripy sock with a beautiful flowery pattern. They're so well made, and they're all made by Patricia, who has the YouTube channel Knitography, and she has a web shop where she sells these beautiful things. So yeah, I couldn't leave that shop without them. I'm so happy that I got these socks, and so appropriate for me, who loves knitting socks. We will be going to our cabin this weekend, and I can't wait to sit by the fire and knit and drink tea. That's so cozy. And yeah, I thank you all for watching. You're a great audience, and you have so many lovely comments and give me lots of wonderful feedback, and that really warms my heart, so thank you so much. It means a lot. I hope that you're having a wonderful rest of August, and that you enjoy your knitting and are staying safe and healthy wherever you live in the world. I hope to see you soon. Bye bye!